Hello, YouTube. We are back. Oop, why are you being rude to me, OBS? Doesn't look like it is. I swear, sometimes it's like it's saying it's like malfunctioning a bit, but I don't think it is. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't been up that long. So let's see. I want to continue the main story until we get to the city, and then we'll unlock the firmament and all that, and do like side content. If all proceeds to plan, we should soon receive word that the Allied forces have secured Balsiara's wall. Until then, however, we can but ensure we are ready to move the moment we hear the news. I think I read that last time, but I don't know. But now we're officially in Stormblood.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lise. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lise's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
That. As if you have to ask. Oh, I'm coming.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well. I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
You remember Minago, don't you? The messenger the messenger who brought the word of the Griffin's attack on the wall? Well, she left not long ago, having made a full recovery. If you see her in Gir Albania, be sure to send my love. So it's finally happening. Don't tell anyone, but I'm feeling a bit nervous. Only a bit, mind. I'll be fine once we get going. Hopefully. You are ready, Shadow Walker. There can be no turning back once we depart. Almost. There is but one thing that remains undone. There's no going back once we cross this bridge. And the gods only know what awaits us on the other side. Minfilia would have given anything for a chance to liberate her homeland. Were she still with us, I know she'd be the one leading the way. In our absence, Aranje and Thancred will handle administrative affairs. Continue to cooperate your operations with Eliana and the others, and report to them directly should you receive word of primal activity. Aye, Captain. You can count on us. Even as bit players, they show such passion, such fervor. Oh, what I wouldn't give to be a bit player too. Or better yet, play with their... Ma'am! Did I just hear that right? Ma'am! Sister, please, you never know who might be listening. And more importantly, we have our mission to attend to, and if you're too busy thinking such thoughts, you're liable to get us both killed. She wants to play with your... Spirits, Gautier, spirits. Even if we are not more than bit players in their tale, we must do our utmost to support the senior scions, and Lily most of all. Well said. Every man to his purpose, and we must not doubt ours. Papalima's absence will be keenly felt for some time. Would that we had the strength to aid others in his stead. Fucking hell. I have never talked to her, I don't think, the entire time I played this game, so that's a first for me. That took me by surprise. Although, based on our other conversations, I don't know why I did, because that's kind of the entirety of what I get from her. Even Tatara has her limits, and so I've taken it upon myself to assist her in managing communications with various organizations and our members in the field. Braille and the others are counting on us for our support, after all. Hey, the fathers. Were I 10 years younger, nigh 5, I would not hesitate to join Lady Yugiri and Lord Gosetsu in their fight for freedom. What would become of our homeland? I know not what to think of this endeavor. Good luck, you two. I hope you carry Doma okay.
Ready, my friend? Well then. Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's Toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. That all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
And the voice acting stopped. 1,000 moms apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success. Let's pray both our endeavors meet with success. Shall we then? Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Please, could you come with me? Me? What? Now? Alright then, if you insist. She gonna jump you! Be worried. I told you she was gonna jump you, but she already had your measurements, apparently. What do you think? I like Lisa's outfit. As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose. An outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lisa. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as the science receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru. Thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it, and with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. Then onward to Girabania. Our first stop will be at the Spire in the East Shroud. It doesn't tell me how long it lasts yet. Like I said, once we get like the initial like city and stuff set up, we'll start doing side quests. Because I need to unlock the firmament, I need to level up crafters and gatherers, probably do more other stuff like off screen, like the Palace of the Dead, grinding out some, why not? Get the rest of the combat classes that I don't have right now. Yeah. I won't let you down, Papalima. I promise. Was it always his plan to sacrifice his life to complete the ritual? To bring forth the arbiter of his vengeance, but not remain to see the aftermath? Though it may not be apparent to the naked eye, the ether here is in turmoil. Not since the calamity has this land been subjected to the forces of the magnitude unleashed by Shinryu and Omega. Papalima had to know it would only be temporary. If grandfather couldn't contain Bahamut with the power of 1,000 prayers, then what chance did his disciple stand, armed only with a broken staff? But it bought us time, so. All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed to Girabania. Ah, the signs of the 7th dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Yes. We take our first step into Stormblood.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Stormblood. I just finished Stormblood base game on my healer the other day. But again, I don't watch the cutscenes on that character because I knew I was gonna re-experience them here. As you see, it's the same kind of thing as Heavenward, hidden maps, new things. Go touch the chocobo keep so this goes away. Quite an atmosphere here, isn't there? Everyone seems to be on pins and needles, though one can hardly blame them, given recent events. The Alliance has done well to repurpose these Imperial facilities for their own use so quickly. The General's in high spirits, don't you think? I know the feeling. To see the colors of so many nations, Limsa Lominsa, Gridania, Udal, and now Ishgard, well, nigh brings a tear to my eye. We have much to be proud of, Lily. So this is East End. Not too different from the rest of the Shroud, is it? Though, truth be told, I'm not sure why I thought it would be. Hey, Raban. Raban. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Uranes. Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None. Save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols, we've had barely any contact with them. But we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Baelsar's wall weren't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep. And Garlemald does not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. 'Twas a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make. And now we are bound by it, for weal or for woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegian people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave it to you. Godspeed. Of all the Castra in all the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? A certain missing Algian weapon and Dragonic Primal. Omega and Shinryu, I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been studying the trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do so. Then 'tis like Omega fell to Earth in an occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming. We should hurry up and find it, regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Girabania, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. And now we're starting to get experience again from quests. Keep to the north and cross upstream. The Black Bridge belongs to Guardians for now. I do hope you're not thinking about running off to help Master Garland. It is not your duty to solve all problems of the world's problems, you know. I mean, eventually... Were Omega not a threat to us all, its effectiveness in subduing draconic foes would seem almost admirable. But such weapons are doomed to misuse. Let us pray we never have need of its service again. If anyone can determine the fate of Shinryu and Omega, it's Master Garland. For now, let us remain focused on our current mission. The bridge over the Valadina River has always held great strategic importance. Hence the Guardian's decision to transform it into a fortified installation. Needless to say, we will not be crossing there. As you probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking us to see the one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Ralger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Veldina River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me and we'll be there before you know it. They call it Isen because it marks the end of the Black Shroud. Note the sparser vegetation. At the risk of upsetting the choreographic fraternity, I can't help observing that Isen depends entirely on one's perspective. I mean, people don't even think of it as Gridani anymore, do they? It's so quiet, almost as though the Imperials haven't been here for some time. On your guard, the Imperials know these lands better than we. Still with me? Good. From here, we'll head northeast towards the river. The water is not too deep, so we won't have to swim. Okay, but did I not see it's not far? Yeah. Go away. Fine. And yes, just like before, we cannot fly in here either. The expansions for flying work exactly the same. Story missions and the regular ones you find. And just like Heaven's Ward, there's 6 areas in Stormblood. 6 areas in Shadowbringer, and I assume 6 areas in Endwalker, and then 6 areas in Dawn Trail. I don't know this for a fact because I've not been in them. I have been to every area in Shadowbringer, so I do know that there's 6 areas in Shadowbringer. Pretty sure I've been to every area in Shadowbringer. But, yeah, so we got our time cut out for us. I think this is, ironically, the 3rd or 4th area you can fly in based on story missions. Because the final story mission of this area is actually later. But to be fair, the 3rd area or 2nd area of Ishgard ends up being like a 4th or 5th one you get to fly in, something like that. We should not linger out here in the open. See, brother, nothing to worry about. So no one would blame you for donning your buoyancy aids, just in case. Ishella's right. We need to cross before the Imperials spot us. At a glance, it certainly seems shallow enough. Guess he can't. Did he mention he can't swim? Or has trouble swimming. I know that's a thing, but I couldn't remember when or where and what. I don't see any soldiers. Good, let's cross. We're wondering about the tower to the south. Damn, somebody's having issues on Twitch. I've seen a notification of somebody going live like 4 times today. Having internet issues apparently. Or OBS or something issues. I have Discord up, so it's popping up over my OBS thing, like the notification. You can't see it, obviously, because I don't keep anything that I don't specifically show for the game, but yeah. It's part of Castellium Veldina. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I called it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely moms away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. Ironically, where we're headed right now, Rhalgr's Reach. That's the place I want to get to, at least. That's kind of the best, like, how do I describe it? Best HQ for here. Because there's related to, like, weekly stuff. But, like, you have to, I think, beat Stormblood. Like, post Stormblood, I think, to unlock the weekly stuff there. But it's still a really good place to have, as one of your favorite teleporters. Which will be setting in as one of our favorites as soon as we get there. At least did well, and it is reassuring. We didn't run afoul of even a single patrol. What a pleasant surprise. In that there were no surprises. So the reach lies beyond, but I do not see a path. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We're here. On the other side of this pass is Rhalgr's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there is some sort of trick to this. Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Ishtola. Irony of that. I take it they have a talented mage in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms. Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Taru told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way, and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. And with a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare. Let us pray that they are amenable to our proposal. United, we stand to accomplish so much more. Impressive or no, 20 years is a long time for even so complex a glamour to escape the Empire's notice. Suppose you could disguise almost anything with a glamour prism, if you really wanted to. Have you ever used one? Why am I asking? Of course you haven't. Bitch! On my clothes all the time! Seeing it now, I feel rather foolish for not having deduced it earlier. All clear. Let's go. Let's go. I love how she considers like, of course you have. Bitch, what do you mean I haven't? I'm using one right now.
I remember the old stories. How the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Rhalga's Reach, a holy place, and a fitting home for the Resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
Ordinarily, I'd shudder at the thought of armed rebels trampling about in an ancient temple of immense historical importance, but Rhalgar is the Breaker of Worlds, so it seems rather appropriate, if anything. Fascinating. A massive, nigh imperceptible glamour encompassing the entire valley. I see now how the settlement was able to escape the watchful eyes of the Imperial airships. Good to see Nago up and moving again. I wasn't there when she headed home, so I naturally assumed she left too soon. Always overdoing it, that one. It's hard to feel at ease with that giant statue looking down on you. This temple was once home to the Fist of Rhalgar. As I recall, yes, there is no mistaking that statue. A pleasure to see you again, and Kyle and Ashola, without whose help I might not be standing here today, at least not so soon. So you really came. I never thought I'd see you here, but I'm glad. I'm glad. You'll forgive us our cautions, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. We see you now for who you are, though. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The promise of a new beginning. Now I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I am eager to hear what it is you have to say. But let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. So if you have the gear unlocked, like I can't even do stuff with the script exchange or the collectibles because I don't have high enough stuff, but this is where you will unlock the level 70 gear for crafters and stuff. Also, you have a company chest right here, which is good if you have a FC used quite a bit. There's a summoning bell here. So if you want to do your retainer stuff, you can do that here. I really need to work on the retainers, but I'm not often on the character as much. Like a lot of times when I'm on here, I'm doing recording, so I don't exchange these retainers as much as I should probably, but yeah, we got crystals to snag. Forget how many are in here. Just the 3? Okay. Also, this is a general area where one of the weekly... they're called custom deliveries, which I'll show eventually when we unlock them. And they're here. Also, let me get the other crystal, and then I think it's over there. I think it's on that side. There's one thing we always have to do when we get here. I'm pretty sure it's on the side with the puppy chest and all that. Oh wait, no, we can't. We don't have it yet. We can't do it yet. Not yet. Not quite. We need to unlock the side quest here. Otherwise, we'll be doing it multiple times. We plan operations here when we're not entertaining important guests like yourselves. When we first met back in the Shroud, I told you, or I took you for just another adventure. By Rogger, I still can't believe how far you've come. If you don't remember, this is the guy that was injured. That we got the recommendation to talk to Alamigo, the little Alamigo, and we helped his friend we got the horns and crushed him up and protected his friend. I think I made a point to say he was relevant later, I think. Maybe I didn't, but this is why. He's part of Stormblood.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalimo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalimo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolger, it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir. To see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
We'll need to call the other senior members together before we can make a decision. The Gridanians are finally willing to fight, eh? To be honest, I already know I want us to work together, but we've still got to talk it over with everyone. I can imagine that they would refuse, but if they did... So they would have us wait. Very well. Coupling and I weren't entirely honest with you, though we were sheltered in Little Alamigo at first. We spent most of our time here, working with Conrad and his people. But you probably guessed at the moment I led you to the Reach, didn't you? It's not as though we have to stand here indefinitely, do we? So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Ah, forgive me. You're free to look around Ralger's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the Resistance capabilities. Free to poke our noses wheresoever we will, eh? I like the sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you like, Lily. Please do. Great, let's get started. I like how she offered to me and everybody else has already run off. So she's not helping anybody else get the lay of the land. I bet you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegian Highlanders like me. The truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got Hellsguard from all the way over by the Spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Niago. There's even some Beastmen, well, Beast Woman, I suppose, like that one over there. She's an Ananta? I forget how you say their names. I'll have to pay attention when we actually, if they say it in voice. They've been with us for a while now. One of the smaller faction has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Anta make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metals and crystal into shapes you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work. But then most don't even know they exist. There's enough about them. That's enough about them anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Ralger, shall we? By the way, they're talking about them. Yeah, snake. I'm a coming, I'm a coming. Oh, and unrelated, you can, just like Shire, you can get your mount on here. Can't fly over here, but you know. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The breaker of worlds who guided our ancestors to these lands all these centuries ago. Used to tell me... Ida used to tell me... Why did I read that as you? Ida used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the fifth astral era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign. And lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky, and led the way to these mountains of Abadia. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. The last part was inscribed on the stone by a monk of the Fist of Ralgr. Ida explained it to me. A day will come bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Sorry. That was a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. Why are you taking me to the infirmary? You gonna beat me up first? One of my favorite emotes you get once you beat base game Stormblood, and it's shadow boxing. So you just like punch the air. I did get all of them, did I? Yeah. Okay. Such a habit to grab them that I don't even remember if I did. We examined the patients and offered what assistance we could. However, for many of their injuries, time and bed rest are the only effective treatment. You too are come to inspect their facilities. As you can see, they have done well to set aside this much space, but their supplies are insufficient. This is the infirmary. As you can probably tell, here's where the resistant healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. At some point, this little like grouping over here, I'm pretty sure it is where you get the new gear. The poetic gear. The stuff we can buy with these tombstone. But I don't remember when it unlocks. I don't think I've actually unlocked it. Even beating the game. I'm not sure. Might have missed something though. Or even beating Stormblood, I mean. My healer. Yeah, this room turns to merchants behind here at some point in time. Maybe I have beating. I don't even remember though. Also, I did not make this a favorite, did I? Yes. It's now a favorite teleporter, so it'll cost less to come here. When you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades to when the Fist of Rhalgr was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the suitlers are next. Don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go. I already did that long before you should. I do remember that she takes you there, but I just always like grabbing it. Hardly surprising. Where there is war, there is profit to be had. Ah, excellent. They've no shortage of sutlers here, should we have need of their services. I guess that's something to do with, like, merchant. Arms, armor, potions, you name it. These folks have got it. The resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alpha, no. And Alizair here. Why don't we see how they're getting along? I'll just get the... If you need to buy anything, now might be a good time. I think that might be it. Before we continue, let's do our initial thing that I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the person. There's one thing I always like to do when I started Stormblood, but I like to get this first. That there is a sightseeing log. Unless I'm mistaken, do you perchance know a woman named Milith? Milith? Yeah. Ha! What are the odds? Milith is my niece, lest you wonder, and she has told me much more about you in her letters. Ha, but where are the manners? Ulgar Ironheart, at your service. I'm an explorer like most of the clan, and my niece bade me share with you such knowledge I have accumulated. Here, lend me your log. Let's see now. Definitely there, and there, and there. There. Yes, that ought to suffice. My explorations have taken me far and wide, but dearest to my heart are the regions of Alamigo, beauteous in their ruggedness, and the lands of the Far East, glorious in their diversity. There are many wondrous sights to be seen in these places, and I've written down the directions to them. Some will prove more difficult to reach than others, but if you're even half as resourceful as Milith says you are, I'm confident that you will find them all. And with that, I shall leave you to resume your adventures. Go forth, my friend, and take in such breathtaking vistas as even my father, the great Renard Ironheart, could not see in his lifetime. Stormblood entries have been added. Must be level 60 or above to record them. Okay, so let's see if I can get the one. I always have trouble getting this one for a while. And I can't remember what the best angle to get it is. Can't remember if going from the actual thing itself or over here is the best angle. Okay, that worked. I'm surprised I got that first try. I usually mess this one up. Look out. The Destroyer, over the course of centuries, disciplines of the Fist of Rhalgr worked away at the rocky cliff, carving it back to create this colossal image of the Destroyer. By virtue of its size, it is said to have stood defiant through the Mad King's savage attack on the temple, and stands defiant to this day. Okay, that's not the one I wanted to do, though, specifically. I just thought I would give it a whack to try to get to it. The one I want to do is over here. I think it is the second one, right? Yeah. You can see the lookout up there. Let's see if this takes me a while to get it or not. This is your initiation. Well, my always initiation into jumping puzzles. This was the first one I did, and I do it on all my characters. You can't even fucking see that one from the way that angle is. It's probably why I'm better at like side jumping too. Ah, shit. Yeah, I was gonna fuck it up. You just sense it. When you're used to this, you just know like, oh, I didn't put enough energy into that jump. I think the hardest jump is this one for this section, just because you can nick your head. Set at the feet of the Destroyer, this monument enshrines in stone the words of a high priestess of the Fist of Rhalgr. A storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. So because you can never fly here, you actually have to do that jumping puzzle. This is actually the expansion that has the really fucking ridiculous jumping puzzle, and I will not do that. I've never succeeded in doing it, and I'm not going to spend weeks trying to do it for review on a video, so you're probably not going to see me do all the sightseeing. Maybe in a few years when I have nothing else to do on this character. But likely by then there's more expansions and more things to do, so I highly doubt I will, but yeah. I actually really like the jumping puzzles. That's why during the summer event, although I never completed it, I did try it quite a bit. And why I didn't have such a trouble with like the initial bit of it, because like I understood how like they work. This game is not a platforming game, so it definitely feels wonky, but yeah. This is by far the easiest jumping puzzle in the game, in my opinion. But the one thing I will say about this is the jump from the wall to that first step. If you are too close to that wall, you like scrape the wall and don't go as high. So you have to like stay out to the edge and then jump. And that's why I always was doing that at that one jump in the summer event. You probably don't even know that I was doing that, but I knew that I would catch the side if I was too close. And I did. A few times that I forgot to do that, I caught the side. I've done this jumping puzzle usually within the first 5 minutes of every time I've come here. It took me forever the very first time I did it, though. I literally think I spent hours trying to get it. But after the initial time and, like, learning kind of how it works, it wasn't that bad at all. But I do that every single time I enter Ralger's Reach. I'm pretty sure I've done it on my healer. I might have skipped it on my healer, actually, because I was speedrunning through Stormblood. I'll have to check later. But I've done it on at least, like, 6 different characters at this... Well, not 6 different characters. Did it on this one, I've done it on my Rogadin. Done it... No, I've done it on the healer too, because I know I've done it. So yeah, I've done it like 5 times, but I've also climbed that multiple times. Just to do it. I actually think the first time I did it on my character, I did a TikTok of it, and then when I came back to it with my Rogadin, which at the time was a Hearthgar, I did another TikTok of it. So I technically have 3 recordings of me climbing that shit. And when my Twitch character eventually gets here, she's not even, like, done with base game A Realm Reborn. But when she gets here, I will do it as well. Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants. They're a bold lot, not much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they'd be lucky to escape with their lives. 'Tis a gamble, and I admire their courage. Their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, here you are. I've been looking all over for you. We finished discussing your proposal, and we're ready to receive you all back at the tent. I sent someone to fetch Stola and Kyle, so if you'd like to follow me? We'll begin once the others arrive. Sorry to have kept you waiting, but matters such as these demand due deliberation.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Ralger's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree. But it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Fucking hell, bird.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Ishtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monargo and Mefred will tell you more.
Understood. We won't let you down.
As if there were any doubt. Pinch me if I'm dreaming, because I'd swear it's finally happening. The whole of Eorzea admitted at last that the liberation of Alamigo. Now that we've dealt with the formalities, we can get to work. I'm glad you're with us, friend. What a relief. For a moment there, I really wasn't sure which way it was going to go. Right then, Monaga and Mefred are to be our keepers. Knowing naught of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, Lily. Your ether compass may now be used to locate ether currents in new regions. I have already used it, but thanks for telling me. After you, Lily. Wonder what Conrad has planned for us. I leave you in my officer's capable hands, and them in yours. A friend of a friend in need. We'll snag 'em both. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Signs again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the very least you deserve. My apologies. Nah, we're cool. And thank you. Now, to business. Commander Kemps entrusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well, I shall join you in this. General Alden commands the forces at Castrum Uranes. It should be simple enough to see it into his hands. Great. That's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the pass leading out of the Reach. We'll do hers first, but I will gather his as well. At risk of repeating myself, it's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet again here, of all places. I reckon you probably don't remember me after all this time, eh? Of course I remember you. Well, you see... Of course I remember you. I didn't the first time I got here, but I've not forgotten since. I'm impressed. Given everything you went on to accomplish, you'd be forgiven for forgetting all about your time in Quarry Mill. Suffice it to say, we didn't forget about you either, nor the lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Alamigo while Galleon was recovering. Gunnibald was my former commander and an old friend. I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Alamigo, others went to Uldal for work. But as you can see, I chose to come back to Gear Albania. and join Conrad and the others. Get busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. It has not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alagana? Alagana? If you're going there, you're taking me with you. Ah, that's right. You're from there, aren't you, Elise? By all means, we'd welcome the company. There'll be more to it than just asking around, but we can talk about it on the way. Make your preparations and meet me by the tunnel to the peak. We'll deliver the message first, and then we'll go to the peak. It's a peak, so we need to go all the way over. Technically speaking, I think I'm far enough to access what I want to in Stormblood if I do enough of like side crafting and stuff, but we'll keep going for a bit. Because technically there can be a bit more that I could access. Because there is still another major city too, so technically speaking, like Ildishire, like this is Rogger's Reach. To put it in perspective of like Heaven's Ward, Rogger's Reach is like Foundation, and then there's another place that's like Ildishire. So, like technically speaking, there is another area I could go that would be useful, but I don't technically need it. I'm not 100% sure if I can unlock the level 70 immediately. I think I can, because I'm pretty sure when I came here on either my healer or whatever, I immediately got the level 70 gear, because I had already been leveling it enough that I was already a level 70 fisher, and I also already had the scripts to get the gear, which is the currency you need to earn to get it. So I'm pretty sure you do like as soon as you get like the sightseeing logs, you can access the crafting side. Anyway, let us defer to Monago with regards to the route. Well, we could just as easily head back the way we came. There could be any number of reasons why we should not. Got everything you need? Good. Then let us be off. Can't remember if the third ether current is on this side or on the later side. This map is very similar to the Sea of Clouds, where it's like cut in two, and that's why you don't get to fly here until much later. Also, fair warning, you can't really see it, but that enemy called Spinner is a spider, so walking around anywhere in Girabania, you might see a spider. Like, that one actually creeps me out a bit, so I'm not gonna put a warning on because I don't know when or where I'll like stumble across one. But yeah, why have we stopped? Is Optimus quiet? Hear that? That was a Surlium engine backfiring. Imperials. God, you have preternatural senses. I didn't hear a thing. When you grow up hunting in these lands, you learn to discern the sounds that could mean life and death. Be they a predator or a patrol, from what I'm hearing, we have a 7-man patrol augmented with a single Magitech armor. Wide search pattern, divided into 2, no, 3 teams. I don't think they know we're here. It's risky, but we should split up and try to take them all by surprise, but at the same time. We don't want them calling reinforcements. 3 teams, 3 of us. Nothing for it, then. Where are they? Head north. You should see them long before they see you. I'll deal with the ones to the south. The armor should be just to the west. Lily's best equipped to deal with that. We attack in 5. That should be enough time to get into position. Rendezvous on the east bank after. Any questions? No? Then good. Then good luck. Okay. Yeah. Ow! You slapped my ass. Yeah, sometimes while avoiding an enemy, I'll end up stumbling on another one. That's why I didn't want to give the warning that there's spider-like enemies in this area. They're not fun. They're easy to deal with, but not with phobia. Look how I get the armor. I mean, it makes sense I get the armor, but... trying to walk around them. There's not much point to fight them if you're not, like going for something an enemy drops, or going for a mission. I know there's a mission that requires me to kill him. I don't remember if it's a side mission, or if it's an ether current mission, or a main mission, but I do know at some point I'm tasked with killing a spinner. I'm pleased to report that the Empire is short 3 soldiers, not that any self-respecting legatus would be sorry to lose them. Also short them the Magitech armor. It looks like everything went to plan. Not that I'm surprised, the 3 soldiers I faced didn't put up much of a fight. Most of the Imperials we get out here are conscripts from other prominences with little training, and even less conviction. It's grim work killing men and women like that. But don't doubt that they'd do the same to you if the roles were reversed. And don't you dare pity a man in armor. Conscript or no, a soldier piloting one of those can kill a dozen good men in a blink of an eye. Not that I need to tell you that after what happened at the wall. Signed, sealed, to be delivered. Right, I believe we've rested long enough. We should resume our journey before someone notices their patrol missing. Like, it's sad that they're getting thrown into fighting, but yeah, somebody in the armor, they're gonna kill tons of people. They go and check. More soldiers. I didn't think they'd come this far west, but better to be safe than sorry. We're clear. Only Alliance patrols ahead. You said the forces at Castrum Orines were under the command of Flame General Ruban Aldan, did you not? By Rauger, the Bull of Alamigo himself. I never dreamed I'd have a chance to meet the legend. I remember Ruban is from here. Not just Leith. Oh, fuck off, tree. There's a tree chasing me, have fun. I returned from a survey of the wall, but a moment ago. We have yet to recover Papalimo's personal effect, I am sorry to say, but you may rest assured that we will notify you and yours the moment we do.
It is good to see you again, my friends. I hope you are here to tell me you have made contact with the Resistance.
We are, General. Allow me to introduce Monago of Rolga's Reach.
At your service, sir. And may I say what an absolute honor it is to stand before the Bull of Alamigo.
These are not the Blood Sands, girl. You and I are but soldiers on a battlefield fighting for the same cause.
As you say, General. On behalf of Commander Kemp of the Alamigan Resistance, I present to you our formal response.
Good. I'm glad we've reached an accord. Though I was not aware you had suffered such losses.
Aye. Some of our finest took part in the Griffin's doomed assault, and we've been struggling to find new recruits ever since. The massacres cast a pall over the whole Resistance, and many who might once have been open to joining us have since thought better of it.
After all of the Griffin's false promises, one can hardly blame them. They have no desire to give their lives for a lost cause.
We will not lie to them. This is war, and lives will be lost. Yet what we offer is not the fever dream of a madman, but true hope.
The people need proof of this, Father. Let us show it to them. I say we stand shoulder to shoulder with our new allies and engage the Garleans in open warfare. The Resistance must demonstrate that they can hold their own against Imperial regulars. And with our assistance, I am confident they can do just that. If we can achieve even a token victory, I believe it will serve to rekindle the hope of the Alamigan people and inspire them to rise up once more.
Aye. Aye. Once word spread that we'd won a battle against the Garleans, I'd wager we'd have new recruits flocking to us from malms around. The question is, when and where do we strike?
I'm glad you asked. I have a plan.
Our scouts recently informed me of an interesting development at Castellum Valadina, namely the arrival of a shipment rumored to have come from the research and development facilities near the capital, containing prototype Magitech armor. It is our assessment that this armor is to be field tested here, most likely against Alliance forces, mayhap before the day is out. Damn it all, more Magitech weapons? That's the last thing we need! Your concern is not unwarranted, but we needn't despair just yet. The shipment is thought to have contained a single heavy unit, and 1 or 2 support units, with a well-laid ambush. We are confident we can destroy them all, hindering their development and delaying future deployment. And should we carry this out as a joint endeavor with the Resistance, they will have their rallying cry. It would mean dropping all pretense about the Alliance not wanting to go to war with the Empire. But you'd have a lot more folk willing to stand up and fight if they knew they weren't alone. And you were going to have to do it eventually anyway. Exactly. And so what I propose is simple. We harry their patrols to bait them into bringing their prototype weapons to East End, where our Alliance allies will take them from behind. Simple indeed. And well within our capabilities, I see no reason to delay. Especially if a field test is imminent. What say you? Assuming the Vice Marshal's intelligence is accurate, I agree with his assessment and fully support his plan. I should notify my comrades at once. Understood. I shall have one of my men bring you the details of the plan anon. And we, for our part, will be fighting with the Alliance, yes? I somehow doubt you were intending to sit this one out. Fuck yeah, I ain't sitting it out. You know me, I just like looking at the outfits. Fate has a way of leading one into the most unexpected alliances. Does it not? Prototype Magitech, eh? This may prove a challenge. Best served with cold steel. We've been careful to avoid needless shows of force this side of the wall, but that's all about to change. And when it does, you may be sure they'll send their new toys out to entertain us. We would ask you to participate in this operation, but from that look I see, it is a foregone conclusion. My thanks. Per Pippin's plan, we need to turn East End into an Imperial graveyard. You're a dab hand at this, and I'd be a fool not to use you. Head to this spot on your map, right here. Aye. A patrol should be along shortly. Deal with them, and then rendezvous with the rest of us at this location. Go well, Lily. Technical failure. Sergeant Lovecraft! Just the woman I wanted to see. We misplaced a number of Garlean drones taken from Bielsar's wall, and by misplaced, I mean the damn things sprang to life and stormed out of the base. They need to be dealt with before any civilians come to harm. Being familiar with Magitech as you are, I can think of no one better to assist us. If you would be willing to help, go and speak with Lieutenant... Yeah, that name. She is overseeing the initiative to terminate the drones. So, where it called me Sergeant, if I have been working on... Where do we even see it here? If I have been working on and got higher, I'm called, you're called whatever you are here, so. Which I think it goes upward. So I think I'm called Lieutenant on my healer at the moment. I haven't progressed much further ahead. Sergeant Lovecraft. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. The drones were not in our possession for very long, but a cursory inspection showed that they are made with a heretofore unknown metal alloy. They're all but impervious to traditional firearms, which is why we commissioned Garlean Ironworks to fashion a weapon capable of penetrating their armor. It has since been fitted to a suit of Magitech armor, which I would ask you to pilot. If I'm not mistaken, this would not be the first time you've piloted one of these suits. It should take you no time, then, to familiarize yourself with the controls. Now, the drones were last sighted due east of here, and to the north along the Veldiana River. I fear recapturing them is out of the question, so do whatever you deem necessary to stop them. Where am I going exactly? That's not where we're going. Hey, I can't see it because of the fate. Stun, blast, stun, blast, stun, blast. If you by chance get kicked out of this, you have to go back and get it. I've never been kicked out of it, so... But you can see... Anytime you're in a mission like that... Oh, it doesn't. That blue, you can re-get it there. Or if for whatever reason you decide to not finish the mission and you leave the armor. You can dismount it at any time. Generally, this is used, again, for, like, tribal stuff. Like, tribal missions that have mounts that use, which I'm pretty sure we've already done at least one tribal mission that had a mount. So you should already know what I'm talking about, but if not, tribal missions have it. Try to line up to hit multiple ones if I can. I'm not I think you can I? Yeah, you can. You have to line it up. Which is not as easy as you think it would be. Yeah, we done it. So now let's fucking walk over and do the main mission again. I figured I was on the way, so... Well, it's partly on the way, partly not, but... So I'm pretty sure this leads us to the bridge where you get the ether current. So we've technically already been where mission is. I believe. Could be wrong. I knew when I went out of the way to grab it, and I saw that it was by the bridge, I knew there was a mission there at some point. So again, ether currents, a lot of times, are right near a mission. It's just, you gotta pay attention. This is very easy to bypass it and not see it, but yeah. Yeah, see, the ether current was like right here. The information was inaccurate, it would seem. The patrol never came. All went to plan then. Good. Our scouts report that a unit escorting the prototype weapon has left Castellum Belladina. The resistance is already in position, so we have but to wait for our guests to arrive. Let's do it. Ah, look who it is.
Things looked grim for us after Cartano, didn't they? Oh, how they doubted us. Yet here we are, right as rain, with fancy new toys to put through their paces. It's like all my name days have come at once.
And then I show up. The bitch from Omega.
Well, 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 if it isn't Garland's little troublemaker. I can't wait to see the look on Xenos' face when I bring him your head.
What if I bring him your head?
That is, if my secret weapons here don't grind it into mush! Attack!
Blah, blah, blah. Ladders, flames, deal with the escort. Leave the armor to Lily. The armor's mine. One would think he harbored a grudge against you, Lily. What did you do to him? Hurry up and kill the bastard. We got him outnumbered.
Get after them, damn you!
Bugger me, is that General Alden Boha a chance to get my revenge on Lily, test her new weapons, and kill an Alliance commander? Oh, it doesn't get much better than this. What are you idiots doing? Give them everything we've got. There's no end to them. I'm here if you need healing, Lily.
Now I've got you.
Well then, you should probably heal me. Let's, do a bit of smashy. Get rid of the bitches. Keep it up, lads. The thing won't take much more. Enough. We have secret weapons of great power, don't we? Just bloody use them. On your guard, Lily. He's up to something.
You'll be weeping blood!
Bam. And a bam. And a third bam. Damn it all. Haven't we got anything else? More armor or weapons? Something? More of them. I'm going to have a word with our scouts.
Roar, Tizona! As a raging bull!
I brought them all into view of Rubon's attack. Oh. Hello, buddy. I feel like I am being followed. Can't be happening! Not again! He who fights and runs. What the? Who the hell are you lot? For Al Amigo! Let none escape! We have them now. Forward! Forward! You think you've won? We go together. Self-destruct. Self-destruct sequence initiated. 60. 59. No time to get to safety. We must disable it before it blows. $30, $29, $28. No, 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 my secret weapon.
Oh! Damn it all! Miracles of Magitech design, my arse! I passed harder stools than these piles of scrap. You'll pay for this. Mark my words, the next time we meet will be the last.
Aye! Run and tell your Viceroy! The day belongs to El Amigo! Yeah!
Yeah!
We did it! Well done, all of you. I'd call this operation a resounding success. Can't say I'm surprised. The Bull of Alamigo had an impressive military record before he went west, as I recall. Credit where it's due, Master Kemp. 'Twas Marshal Taropin who made this plan, and all of you, Resistant and Alliance alike, who carried it out to perfection. Aye, that they did. Not a single casualty, for which I'm grateful beyond words. I've no doubt our comrades back at the Reach will feel the same. As will ours. It's been a pleasure, General. Until the next battle. Minago, I leave the Scions in your care. We shall return to the castrum then, Lily. Mistress Liviera, once more you have my thanks. As Master Kemp said, until the next battle. And that brute of an Imperial officer was a force to be reckoned with, wasn't he? A fool, mayhap, but he held his own against the Flame General. I heard the stories, but to actually see you in action? I almost found myself pitying the Imperials. Seriously, though. It was inspirational. Ah, but you must be tired of hearing that, eh? I'll keep it simple then. Thanks for the help out there. Fill your hearts with pride. Well, there's no reason to remain here any longer. Let's get back to the Reach. No, leave me alone. I don't want none. What did I say? I don't want none. So, welcome back. I take it the drones have been disposed of then? Excellent work. We're quite fortunate for your presence, save for Lieutenant. None of my men can even activate a suit of Magitech armor, let alone pilot one in combat. And I pray that isn't to our detriment in the future. There's still plenty more of those drones out there along the wall. If any more of them should suddenly stir, at any rate, we will continue working with Garlean Ironworks so that should such a day come, we will be ready. The tale will need to be spread far and wide if it's to help the Resistance draw new recruits. Fortunately, Minaga is eager to see to that. I leave you... Okay, you're still saying the same thing? You didn't have to take part in the operation, but you did. You went above and beyond what was asked of you. Without hesitation, and for that we owe you a debt. Our victory may not count for much in practical terms, but its symbolic value can't be overstated. Alliance and Resistance fighters came together to face an Imperial unit equipped with the Garlemald's newest weapons and smashed them. The people will remember this day. Aye, that they will, for it marks the beginning of something far greater than any single victory. The beginning of a campaign by United Eorzea to drive the Garleans from our lands. Promises and platitudes mean naught without action, but the Alliance took the field and risked their lives for our cause. To think that the last time Gridanian's troops trod this soil was more than a century ago, during the Autumn War, and that was to defend against our invasion. Ours is a long and bloody history, to be sure, and it gives me heart to see that despite our acrimonious past, we can still come together for the sake of the future. Well said, Commander. Which is why I intend to go from village to village and spread word of our victory and our new alliance. The people have flocked to our banners. Just you wait and see. Lily? Alize? I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. You got it, dude. The tale of our victory in East End will be known to every Alamegian, from the fringes to the peaks. When I am through, you'll see. We're almost closing in on 2 hours. Almost. Not quite. So I think I'm gonna stop here, and we'll do Mefrid's in the next one. Eda and I were born in Allegiana. I don't know how to say any of these names, but I can't say I remember much about it. Yeah, we already got a victory for the Alliance, or the Resistance. Oh, and Alliance. Oh, he does sit on my head. All these fucking animals using my head as a perch. Little motherfucker. Anyway. I get distracted. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.